Representative Evankovich.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, I want to thank you for taking this opportunity to discuss not just House Bill 1725 or career bound, but also House Bill 1878, which would enact the Pennsylvania Workforce Investment Strategy, or PA-WINS proposal. In short, what PA-WINS does is it utilizes the existing EITC tax credit model to encourage new investments in workforce training through existing education infrastructure, and would also provide a better coordination of workforce training needs for incumbent employees. As my good colleague, Representative McKenzie, noted, Career Bound would deal with high school K through 12 students and in introducing them to careers in the workforce. PA-WINS would deal with incumbent employee training. Currently, many workforce training programs which are funded by local, state, and federal governments are offered in our state. While many of these programs are valuable, conversations that I've had with literally dozens of businesses, trade groups, and business chambers have made it very clear to me that the existing framework that we have in our state is not addressing the workforce training needs that we need for our state economy. As such, many companies in Pennsylvania have a workforce that is underprepared, and those companies lack the individual resources to address the problems on their own. Critical skills such as welding, machining, electrical and mechanical maintenance, and engine mechanics, to name a few, are being lost as our current generation of workers reach retirement age. In short, here are the mechanics of how PA-WINS would work. The local workforce investment boards, or the WIBs, would be required to integrate with the local business community to encourage businesses to come together and form cooperative workforce investment partnerships, or what we're calling QIPs. These QIPs would be organized by skill need. That's an important distinction from the way that many programs today operate. The focus would be on the skill need rather than an industry. These QIPs would be a partnership represented by the participating businesses and the WIB. The QIP would identify the specific training needs and the existing educational infrastructure that could provide those needs. We don't want this program to turn into the creation of new education that's not currently being offered. We want to use existing education infrastructure, which could be in the form of a community college, a career and technical school, a union hall, or a private business training center. These businesses would enroll their incumbent workers into those educational programs based on their need, and those businesses would then be responsible for paying the tuition as a result of that training. The workforce investment that the company would then make in that training and the administration of the QIP would be eligible for up to a 60% tax credit. In the case where a company did not have a tax liability, that tax credit would be transferable at a discounted rate. I thought this was an important aspect to include in the bill because many of our small companies do not have high profitability, and they would not be able to utilize the tax credit if it was not transferable. The program, as set out, would have a 3-year sunset and would be distributed in a $3 million initial offering in year 1, $7 million in year 2, and $10 million in year 3, with any hopes that if there is success in the program, that it would be continued. The program would also require the WIBs to report performance of the QIPs to the Department of Labor and Industry for evaluation and effectiveness. This program by itself will not fix all of our workforce training problems, but it will provide an additional tool to address some of the workforce deficit that we have in Pennsylvania. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your willingness to come and testify, and look forward to hearing the testimony. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.